Okay, we're going to the 10-second countdown here. I hit the live button. So sound check, everybody. Sound check.
Checkmate, King.
Sound check. Sound check.
3, 2, 1.
Check.
Check it.
Check.
Uh-oh. I think we're.
Echo.
I think we're live. Okay, we're good here. So we're going to count it down. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome into DroneNation for what is the date today?
It's Monday, the 28th,
2022. It's Monday, and it's another DroneNation show tonight. And I want a couple shout outs here before we actually get into the show. I want to send thoughts and prayers out for Robbie Gray. His wife is under the weather. She's feeling ill. He didn't do a show tonight. So let's send out thoughts and prayers that his wife gets a quick recovery. And also our good friend Mel over at 400 AGL. Art just explained to us. He'll tell a little bit more. His father and his brother lost their trailer in a fire, but Art's going to give some details in a little while. Hopefully, maybe we'll even have the GoFundMe link later on. But anyhow, let's get into the show now. We got our regular co-hosts here, Marcus and DeMarco, and we're also joined by Art Carlson and Johnny Dunford. You know what? Michael Wright's supposed to be here, and I may have forgot to send him the link here. So I'm going to go behind the scenes and send the link, and I'm going to let Marcus take the show and tell us what he's up to.
Hey, listen, I've been flying quite a bit. In fact, on our way back from Las Vegas last Tuesday, I found a really cool place to stop in kind of a little canyon, and I flew the Mavic 3. I also found out that my Chevy Tahoe has a top speed of 112 miles an hour, and it's then microchip limited. It just comes to a halt. It's like hitting a brick wall at 112. But that's a whole different story. That's driving through Nevada. But the Mavic 3 did great in this canyon, and that was even before the update, and I got satellites pretty good with it. But the other day I flew the Xeno Mini Pro had another update, so I took it out and flew it again. The Mini 2, I took that out again because of all the issues with that particular update, and I still actually had a few problems with it. And then not yesterday. Yesterday I was at the drag strip with the Corvette. Day before that, I flew the Mavic 3, and I put a timer on it, and I was able to get satellites in about a minute and a half, and it flew great. So
that's good.
Anyway, that's what I've been up to. How about you, DeMarco?
Wow. Well, the family and I went to Dallas for the weekend. The kids had their spring break, so we left on Thursday and stayed there for a couple of days. And I did not take a drone. So, yeah.
I bet you were jonesing.
I know. I didn't take anything, no. So
did you go through detox?
I know. It's been rough. Yeah. So anyway, so that's it. No flying or anything. What about you, John? Excuse me, Ron first. Ron?
I'm gonna, I've just been doing the good life down here in Florida, but I do want to welcome in not only Michael Wright, who I thought I sent the link to and I didn't send it to, but
no
Mike's in here now, and Mike's doing this thing. He's going to talk a little bit about a drone conference he attended recently with some pretty big names there, and also I want Johnny and Michael to kind of explain their road trip to the Great Florida Meetup. It's kind of a unique one, and what drones they're going to bring. And I want Art to tell us his travel plans. And not only do I want to know what drones he's going to bring, I want to know what fishing gear he's going to bring along too. Because also we have right now joining us from probably a secret location here, and I can't. Oh, you know what? I'm not, Ray. Can you hear me? I can't get you in right now because I don't have the pay. I don't have the paying streaming or I can't get 6 in. But if you want to just come back and stay in the green room and eat the shrimp, we'll get you in when we're going to talk about the fishing expedition, because I think Ray and Bill Renee need a few extra people to go on the boat trip on Monday, and I think Art's going to be part of that. But we'll get to that in a second here. But actually, let's go right to Art now. Art, let's catch up with what you've been doing on. I know you've been getting a little time off on Mondays because Lloyd's been kind of on hiatus here. But how you been, Art? How's your spring going so far?
I'm doing pretty good. Speaking of the Mavic 3, it looked like Chris Rock got a firmware update last night.
Did it fix the slow sound, Art?
It looks like his gimbal got fixed. I am bringing my Mavic Air 2, and I'll probably be bringing about maybe 3 or 4 rods with me and some lures and some other fishing gear, and I'll be well prepared for some fishing.
Now you are going out on the fishing boat on Mondays.
Oh yes,
correct, Art? Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Looking forward to seeing you as always in these meetups, and I think we're having a real good time this year, and so on. So let's go over to Michael Wright here, and Michael, I'm going before you and Johnny talk about your big road trip.
Sure.
Michael, can you go over a little bit of the I don't even know I looked for the notes, I couldn't find the name of the drone conference you attended, and tell us what it was about a little bit, and maybe some of the speakers that you saw there.
Sure. Here's called the Texas Drone Workshop. It's put on by the UAVSI, which is the Automated Association for Unmanned Vehicles Automation. And it was a great show. They had all day long. They had speakers about every hour on an average. And then on a Saturday, and then Sunday I didn't attend, but Sunday they went out and 5 different categories. People got to fly with different categories they wanted to. For example, started out Greg with Pilot Institute was the main sponsor of the seminar, and he spoke for the first hour about airspace. And it was interesting. He still pointed out things that I didn't realize, or refresher. It helped a lot. And then after that, I think it was Ken Dobo got on next, and he talked about how he does the real estate photography. Okay, that was another category. That was great. He had great talk. He really did. And then we had another guy on there that talked about videography. Sonny. So what was his name? I've met him before, but Sparky Sorensen. He's out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He does a lot of videography area, as well as he travels all over the world actually as well, but he's based in Dallas. And then a guy by the name of Jared, he's a Janatech. He does mapping, and he talked about mapping for an hour. But again, typically the Dallas-Fort Worth and Texas area. And I've met him before. In fact, I attended one of these seminars in Abilene, Texas, about 3 years ago before COVID.
Oh wow!
But this was much more well attended.
How many people would you say was there, Michael?
We had, I'm guessing, probably 50 to 60 people there.
Okay,
it was a good turnout. And Adrian Doko is he's the president of the Lone Star chapter, UAVSI, as well as very active in the drone industry in the last, I've known him about 4 years. And he spoke on thermography and drones and having to do with SAR, the search and rescue, and what type of drones they used and how to do it and so forth like that. Then they ended up at the end of the day with a guy that talked about FPV.
Oh, really?
And professional filming, professional videography using FPV drones.
Wow.
And then what they did is a nice talk. They had good lunch and very, very well received from everyone. Then on the Sunday, I didn't attend this, but like Ken had 10 people in his group that he went out and he showed them how he does the real estate shoot at a $4 million home out near Frisco, which is close to where we were meeting at. Jared did his mapping class at a similar location at a park. He probably had 10 to 12, 15 people there as well.
So this is kind of hands-on training.
Hands-on. They had hands-on. Yeah. Well, the map, he showed how to do the waypoints, the GPS, ground station points, so forth, and how he goes about doing his work. Ken, again, talked about how I've seen some follow up from Ken. He had a real good following too, as well, about how he does his work, his daily progress on a typical residence. I think Adrian did some things on search and rescue. Again, he probably had 10 or 12 people attend that. But it was real good, very informative. I mean, and I'd done some of this follow up when I went 3 years ago. I'd taken the mapping class through Jared, and it was well received. And I would highly recommend. I'd go it again when they have it next year.
Now, Michael, is any of this available to watch on YouTube or anything like that?
I don't believe so, but I do know it may be eventually. I'll double check on that because it was all videotaped.
Okay.
It was all filmed.
Okay.
Hasn't been released yet, to my knowledge, but I'll check into it. Let everybody know.
No, it sounds like a very interesting conference.
Very much so.
Yeah. I mean, especially even if you were interested in different things, it seemed like it was something there for every type of drone part of the industry.
Exactly. I finally got a chance to meet Greg. I'd never met him before. Chatted with him and taken his course as well in the past, and it's great seeing him. And
I think there was some sort of chance that he may be at the Florida meetup.
He's not going to make it. He's got a previous commitment.
Okay.
But he is donating 125 of the lanyards.
Yeah.
He is one of the sponsors.
Yes,
he
is. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
And,
no, thanks for that
Sure.
report, Michael. Yeah, that was
problem.
really interesting, and I wish wish I could attend something like that. I'd love to go, especially some of that hands-on stuff or whatever. So no, that's really good. Listen, while I got you and Johnny here, can you kind of I think you got one of the more interesting travel plans or whatever. Could you guys sort of explain your travel plans for attending the meetup? You'll be there Friday, correct?
Right. I'll start out a little bit. I'm leaving at 5 a.m. in the morning on Thursday to head to Johnny's. I'm not an early bird, so it's going to be a morning for me. A lot of coffee in the morning. My first stop will be Whataburger. They're the only place that's open in the morning.
Really?
And Johnny, you want to take it from there? When you expect?
Yeah, well, you're gonna come out here, and then I think we're gonna get in a car.
He's coming to Hammond, Johnny.
He's coming to Hammond. Yeah, we're gonna we'll of course refuel, and of course Mike will probably take a break, and I'll probably drive a little bit, and we're gonna try to make it to Tallahassee as our plans. Of course, we're gonna stop at Buc-ee's over in Orange Beach, and of course Mike, that's nothing new for Mike, but hey, it's a great stop.
Right.
And
I'll still stop at Buc-ee's.
Tallahassee.
I do.
Yeah, we'll head on to Tallahassee and spend the night there, and then that way when we get up, we should have about 5 or 6 hours, I guess, Mike.
And we're also going to pick up a caravan.
Oh yeah, we picking up a lead escort.
Oh yeah,
He's paying for the tolls.
Jack Rabbit, Scott.
Oh, cool.
now where's Jackrabbit? Where are you going to pick him up at?
He lives in Tallahassee or right by there, so
Really?
he's going to escort us in. He's going to give us an escort through Florida because DeMarco would, but he's banned from Tallahassee.
Well, it's too many warrants out there for DeMarco.
Yeah, since he graduated,
Angry fathers. That's what's
2 years in a row he's been banned, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, he spent
Purpose
9
though.
years. He spent 9 years in Tallahassee, so he.
Bye.
But no, that's our plans. We got a great trip. We're gonna have fun, and of course, Mike flew last year, and of course, I drove with Bailey, my granddaughter. But it'll be a fun trip, and a lot of memories are made on the road, and we can't wait to get there. And of course, everybody here except Mark's going, everybody but DeMarco, and DeMarco will be there.
DeMarco will be there in spirit, Johnny.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we
We'll
do
make a little cardboard cutout of DeMarco and stick them next to us there.
There you go. Now, Marcus and Art,
Yeah.
you guys are both flying, correct?
Yeah, it's an all day
Yes,
affair getting there from Idaho here, and it's even going to be even longer coming home. So really, 2 days worth of flying, 3 days in Florida. So that's
Wow.
Now, Art, you're flying out of Denver.
I'm flying out of Denver at 1 a.m.
Oh wow.
Oh, red eye.
And then I fly into Philadelphia, and I think there's a
Philadelphia, you're
2 hour,
my way.
2 hour layover, and then I go from there to Palm Beach, and then on the way back, I'm taking Delta on the way back, going to Atlanta, and then
Of course, Atlanta.
Denver.
Yeah.
Hey, Art. Ironically, I'm flying out of Denver too, and I'm flying out of Denver on the way home as well. Southwest Airlines. That's where we stop. So.
Oh, okay.
Wow, maybe your
I'm
pants will cross.
taking Frontier on the way out and Delta
Ron,
on the way back.
How's the breakfast at the hotel, Ron?
Well, I'm not there yet. I'm in an unknown location, but I will give you
secret spot.
I will give you the preview. I guess I'll have the breakfast there Friday morning, so I'll hit you guys up on the road and let you know if you got to get there early for the French toaster or whatever.
So Marcus, what time will you get in? What time will you get in Friday?
Yeah, so I think we land in Fort Lauderdale about 6:30 or something like that. So then we'll drive up to what's it, Stewart, Florida, where the hotel is.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
And so I think it's probably a good hour and a half drive from there. So I suspect it'll be 8-9 p.m. on Thursday by the time we get there. But I will meet Ron down for breakfast Friday morning, and
we'll give that is
if he doesn't eat all the waffles already, it's possible.
I could be hungry. Now, Art, are you coming? Will you be there Thursday or Friday?
I will be there Thursday.
You're Thursday, so you're part of the Thursday crew. I have to get a survey of who will be there, and you'll be there late Thursday or midday.
It'll probably be in the morning because I'm leaving at 1 a.m.
Yeah,
and then I go from Philadelphia right down there, and it's only a 2.5 hour flight, 3 hour flight from Philly.
It's usually something like that, Phil. Yeah. So okay, good. So you'll maybe get a little of a day in there on Thursday.
Yeah, well, listen, a little bit. Hopefully, get some fishing in during the day. Definitely going to get some in on Friday.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
I think we're eating at Duffy's on Friday night.
No, the bowling alley, Bill Renee's bowling alley on Friday, and Duffy's on Saturday.
Okay, gotcha.
And Duffy's, my wife's already been to Duffy's, and she gave a report that it's very good food in there. So
right, I looked at their menu, and
it's an Irish place. Art, you got any Irish in you?
Where are you guys getting all this good information?
Well, you gotta have boots on the ground. But listen, Captain, I want to get Captain Ray here for a few minutes because I don't want him to wait around the whole night. He wants to give a little update on the on the meetup, and he wants to talk about the boat trip on Monday. Apparently, we need a few more people, so I'm going to duck myself out for.
No, Ron, let me step off those since I'm not going. Go ahead.
Well, you sure? Because I could duck out and then because I don't want him to sit back there all night.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, let's all leave and let's just let Ray have the
show. Just Captain Ray by himself, whatever. Because Captain Ray's had a long day, and I got a little bit of secret to tell you. We were going to go on a little boat cruise today, but Captain Ray's boat kind of let him down a little bit, so he's probably still a little disheartened by that. But I'll let him say a little bit more. I can't.
I heard you went on a boat trip, but go ahead. Captain Ray, talk about it.
He tried to put the Mavic 3 battery in his boat. That's what it was.
Hey, Ron, Marcus, Johnny, Mike, and Art. How are you guys doing? And DeMarco. I know you're in the background. Thank you.
He's eating this. Did you leave any shrimp, Ray?
He's not even in the back room,
I didn't eat it all. I left. I left some. Don't worry, I'm not a hog. But it was good. I tell you, it was good. Thank you.
That's a Razorback.
Yeah.
Now, Captain Ray, I know you got to.
I got
Art's
toffee.
got his toffee for the event.
Nice.
9 packets.
Now, you make sure you take that on a carry-on, or you don't want that to get lost in the cargo hold.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Skittles.
Everybody loves the toffee.
Peanut M&Ms.
Now, I want to get to a real important issue. Captain Ray got a phone call from Bill Renee. It seems like we're a little late on the boat trip on Monday. Is that true, Ray?
Well, the boat trip is going to be good, but he needs a head count. If anybody wants to go on the boat trip, it's going to be Monday morning on the Lady Stewart, which is a big, charter boat. They call them party boats in New York.
Oh, party boat.
But he needs a head count of how many in our group. Otherwise, if he puts 20 and only 10 show up, he's liable for the other 10 spots. But anyway, I got 8 people on the list right now. Art, you're on there. Johnny, you're on there. Michael, you're on there. And it's one of those things where if you want to go on the trip, just let me or Bill know, and we'll add you to the list, and we'll get you all signed up for it. But it's going to go from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Is Maddie on the
list? Maddie's on the list. Yeah. Maddie's on the list.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a good boat. I've been on the boat, and I caught, fish a lot of fish on that boat. So I can personally vouch for it. Bill always puts his bowling groups on that boat, and they do well. And what's nice is the captain allows Bill to fly his drone from the boat while you're out there. You're anchored in the ocean, and you can fly around if brave enough.
Awesome.
So bring your drone, who's ever going on the
I'm gonna
trip.
fly Bill's drone.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it, Johnny.
Yep.
I thought of that.
But it's going to be a good time on the boat. The whole meetup's going to be good, as we talked about it. Ron and I talked about it all day today. I took Ron to one of my secret spots, which is everybody knows, Peanut Island. And what'd you think about Peanut Island, Ron?
I loved it, and my wife Susan went too, and she really had a good time at Peanut Island. So I want to thank Ray for taking us out there.
Yeah, we had to go on the water taxi, to get there.
We had to go. We had to go. Like poor man style, but we made it.
Yeah, no, it was good. I'd definitely do it again via the water taxi. I had a good time. And we got a good flight in. I flew and you flew.
I flew the Mini too. I flew the Mini too, Marcus.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah, how'd it fly?
Good, but guess what? The satellites came in a little slow, didn't they, Ray?
Yeah, for you they did. For me, it was immediate on the Air 2S. Yeah, but it's a great place to fly. And Michael Wright.
Michael's been to Peanut Island.
It is.
Michael, what was your impressions of Peanut?
We didn't fly, but we walked it. We walked out of the Drake.
Yeah, we did. We got our exercise in that day, and we had a good time. Michael and I had a good time.
Yeah, but those stories. What happens on Peanut Island stays on Peanut Island. Hey, shortly after Ray and I arrived and were walking down to where the circle area was, Ray spotted a drone immediately, and guess what? We met up a couple young guys flying a Mini 1.
Yeah, they were flying. Ooh. As soon as we got there was a drone up, and I went over and talked to them. Well, we both did, but they told me they were from South Africa, and they wanted to, fly their drones. And their drone, the Mini 1, and it was cool watching them fly. And they said they were brand new at it. They told me they just had bought it a couple of months ago, but they were flying pretty good, Ron. Right?
Yeah. I mean, they were flying real. They kept it close. They were flying safe.
Yeah. And
we almost got busted by the park ranger, but
they didn't say anything. Yeah. No, that was good. But the South Florida Drone Meetup is going to be a great time for anybody who's coming. I want to thank you personally, and Johnny and Maddie and Brad and Bill. They're all working hard. We're all working hard to make this a great event, and it looks like it's going to be. But it's only great because you guys are coming.
And I got a little sneak peek at the prizes today, didn't I, Ray?
Yeah, you saw it. I showed you the Mini too. I showed it to you.
Ray, he didn't leave with a brown bag, did he? Any kind of brown bag?
No, I went through the metal detector on the way out the door, Johnny.
If he starts posting new drone videos, we're gonna think something's up.
Yeah. But believe it or not, I'm excited with just receiving one of these lanyards from Pilot Institute. Really, I mean, it's a step up. Last year, Brad supplied some, basic lanyards, but now we have official Pilot Institute lanyards, and Brad's going to make up new ID cards, and he's got the holders, and the coasters. It's just going to be a great event. Thanks to everybody who's helping, yeah, and those that are coming, and the
And it sounds
sponsors
like
that donated prizes. Marcus, you're one of them, and I got yours right here. I had it put it right here, special. This is the prize that Marcus Crawford from Idaho Quadcopter donated to us, and some lucky person's going to walk away with this drone mask, And
there should have been a drone in that box too, Captain Ray.
Marcus also donated this nice F7 folding drone,
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Marcus. Really,
That one's a beauty, let me tell you.
and
So-
Ray, we're first going to see you Friday night at the bowling alley. That's correct.
Yeah, Friday night at the bowling alley.
And what time is that?
I may
start,
be a little late, to be honest with you, because I got to meet with the United States Army right before that.
Oh yeah,
At 3 o'clock, and they want to go over some logistics.
boy.
How the military are. They want to make
Yes.
sure that. But I'm going to show them the venue where we are. They'll pick their area where they might want to set up, and but I'll be there. No, I'll be there on time. That's why I picked 3 o'clock.
What time should we be at the bowling alley on Friday?
5 p.m. 5 p.m. it starts.
5 p.m.
That's when Bill and everybody there is expecting us, and
Okay.
that'll be a good time. Bill was on my show giving us a tour of the whole place.
Oh, great, great. So what? If anybody wants to see the bowling alley, watch the replay of Adventures of Captain Ray show and see the tour. Now, what time should we be at Duffy's on Saturday night?
Well, Saturday night the dinner is at 7 p.m. That's
At
when they're
Duffy's.
expecting our group.
Okay.
The drone meetup sort of ends at 4 p.m. You can go back to the hotel, get showered, freshened up, take a nap for those people who want to take a nap.
Right.
And maybe somebody will let me, either that or I'll wash up in the lavatory at the hotel.
Now, what time? I have somebody ask me what time will Mark Fisher be giving his video class?
That's scheduled for 11 a.m. Yeah,
Okay.
11 a.m. And Mark Fisher will be setting up his presentation right under the main gazebo, and the main gazebo has 6 picnic tables under it, and then there's 2 other gazebos out, and I think they have 1 or 2 under it. So hopefully we can commandeer them, you know what I mean, and they'll be ours. But
now,
it's a
what about people?
So first come, first serve.
First, yeah. What about people that want to fly sunrise? Are we allowed to be out there at sunrise?
Well, it opens at daylight. That's the way
Okay.
I understand it. You know?
Most parks do.
Yeah.
Yep, most parks do. Yep. Okay.
They didn't chase me last year from the other one when I got there at 6 a.m. and Dennis Lovelady and Rodney were there at 6 a.m. also, and nobody bothered us.
Right.
So-
Right. And when I ride, Rod Hansen was doing his sunrise flight with all his gear.
7 a.m. is when it gets light and sunrise. I guess what 7:15, 7:20 now.
Technically, sunrise is like 7:25 or something like that. But it's like a half hour before that. But the sun will pop up the horizon like at 7:25 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So that's the report on. Just so thankful everybody's coming. Thank you, and thank you to all our sponsors. Yep.
No, that's great. And did you get the news that Robbie Gray's wife's ill? So
Yes.
I gave some thoughts and prayers out at the beginning of the show, since Robbie was so
Right.
good to donate that drone to the event. And unfortunately,
Exactly.
it's a good thing he didn't come now with his wife being ill. So
Right. I know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
we will say prayers for his wife. And thank
Hey,
you to
Captain
Rob.
Ray.
Mhm.
Captain Ray, what is our final tally for expected number of people at the South Florida Drone Meetup?
I think we're going to break 100, but there was 82. I was counting Jasper because somebody said Jasper's coming too. So I listed Jasper on the list. It turns out it's Max and Tammy's dog, Jasper.
Yeah, but Jasper flies. Yeah, Jasper flies. He wears a goggle.
Well, I thought you meant. I thought you meant Jasper Ellens from Twitter.
Yeah, that's who. Yeah,
I know.
that's the real
yeah.
Jasper.
Right.
Max is Jasper.
Yeah, and it's just going to be a great day. And again, as we all know that were there last year, just meeting everybody and seeing everybody again, talking, telling drone stories. It's just great to see everybody.
Yep.
Even Johnny?
Yeah, even Johnny.
Yeah.
I love you, Morgan.
Yeah. So anyhow, anybody that's coming that wants to be part of the fishing expedition on Monday, please contact Ray so he can let Bill Renee know. So that's important, right, Ray?
Yeah. The head count is important for the boat, And there is a fee for that. That's $65. If you're a senior citizen, you get a $5 discount.
There we go.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and they supply the rods and the bait and all of that. So
now, Ray, you've been fishing the whole time I've been down here. Did you leave any fish for Art out there?
Yeah, I hope
yeah. Art's gonna do well, I think, up there. And I told Art about the fishing pier. There's a fishing pier right at the venue. Right.
really?
Yeah, I saw that on the map. Yep. Google map. Yep.
They're not free down here, Art.
You can bait out there with your drone and drop it, Art.
Well, they're not free out here, Art. The fishing pier down by me, I think it's $5 to fish, and you're only allowed 3 rods.
Yeah, no, this one is free, Ron. This one
free?
just
Free. Okay.
Yeah, this one is. But you do need a license, Art, just to let you. I think
I
you said
got
you got
my license.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I got my freshwater and saltwater.
You're part 107 certified to fish, huh?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So
I did want to think one thing about the fishing trip on Monday. Can you imagine after Johnny and I have been on a boat for 5 hours fishing, if we decided to drive back to Tallahassee?
Oh boy,
we're in the same car together 7 hours after a fishing ride.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
You'd be like
You were
this.
smart. Staying an extra day.
I'm talking about the smell.
Yeah.
Well, that too. Yeah.
We'll stop and shower.
We'll find a shower. Yeah.
And Ron, can I mention something to remind everybody about the situation with Mel from 400 AGL?
Thank you, Art. Yeah, go ahead and explain.
His brother and father, they had a fire in their trailer and it burnt to the ground. They lost everything. So I'm going to post in the chat the GoFundMe, and it's close to $900 right now. But
Good.
Here's the GoFundMe, and if you could chip in a few bucks, boy, that would be greatly appreciated. We've got a great community. I've been helped. Several other people have been helped during some, rough times. So we got a great group of people in this community.
Thank you for that, Art. And again,
God bless him.
Maybe to help his family out. Appreciate it.
Yeah, maybe if to meet up we can pass a hat or something.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be good too.
Yeah. Okay, folks. Well, let's get into the meat of the show. I know a lot of people that aren't going to the Florida Drone Meetup and say,
Right.
hurry up, talk about that Mavic 3. So just last week, we've been complaining, moaning about the Mavic 3 for quite a while now. The slow salad. Some people
And
take
Chuck's
some.
been complaining about it in the chat too.
Yeah, we should got Chuck in.
Yeah, and we need to tell our chat to calm down a little bit. This is getting a little bit heated in there,
nobody needs to time out Chuck. Chuck's, Chuck's
and whoever timed out Chuck,
and
put him back in because Chuck did nothing wrong. Let's just calm down in there, folks. We can talk about a drone and we can talk civilly. It doesn't have to get this crazy. Please, I'm asking you.
And Chuck has the Mavic 3. He's not like a hater. He actually has a drone.
Chuck's a great guy, and he's talking about the drone. I don't know why he got deleted out by whoever Hawkwind Drone Works is, but he's an admin in our chat.
I mean, we're not calling anybody out. Just please let Chuck have his freedom of speech here. He's not a troll. So anyhow,
Hey, Lauren.
the Mavic 3. All that, we've been talking about it for months now. There's no use rehashing it all. It just takes a long time to get salads. It could vary. Some people 2 minutes, some people 5 minutes, some people 10 minutes, all over the place. But DJ, if I release the firmware update, I don't have the firmware number here. You all know what it is. And it promised to fix the slow satellite issue. And a lot of people have done testing. Ray and I tested it the very first day. Ray updated his, and he got like the fastest lock I've ever seen. I've done a couple tests. I've had tests not so good, some good. So I know Marcus has a video where he's tested it, but it seems like, I'm just kind of, smoking it here. It seems like it's done something. It seems like it's helped a little, but it doesn't seem like it's the ultimate fix. Marcus, what's your impressions?
Yeah, so now I've never really had a big problem with it. I think the longest I've ever taken to get satellites is like 3, maybe 4 minutes. Now
I can't wait until you get to Florida so you could test it in a different region.
That's exactly right. I can say this: I was out in the middle of nowhere in Nevada just a couple of days ago, in a canyon where you would think it would be hard to get GPS. And I don't know. I that was before I updated the drone, and I had it up and flying in about 2 minutes, so it didn't take long. But now after the update, it took about a minute and a half, I think, or a minute and 35 seconds is what my timer said. Honestly, for me, man, by the time I get done with the compass calibration and getting my everything, I don't know. That's not such a big deal. Now, I also want to acknowledge that if you are a commercial pilot, and time is money, right? Yeah. So every minute means something. And the stories that you've told, Captain Ray, that's just crazy. You're missing a shot because you can't get satellite acquisition. So clearly it is an issue. Whether this firmware helped or not, I never had a big problem to begin with, but certainly after the update, it was a minute and a half on mine. So I can say that.
Mike, Wright, what's your experience with the update?
The longest I've tested almost every day. Not today, I didn't, but it started out between the slowest time I've had since the update has been 3.5 minutes, which isn't bad. But typically the last 2 times I've done it in a minute and a half, 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Wow, that's good, Mike.
It depends. I've checked it at my house. I'm just inside the DFW airport 400-foot limit. I've tested about a mile closer. Same thing, about a minute and a half to 2 minutes. But the first time it took me 3.5 minutes to get a lock. But I've done it every day. I don't do it the same day. I do it every day, at least 24 hours difference.
Right. You do a cold boot, as they say, Mike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One more thing that I wanted to add with regard to GPS and that drone is that it gets a bunch of satellites. In other words, places where I fly, some Hubsan drones or FEMI drones, that they start giving me warnings about GPS, the Mavic 3 still gets plenty of satellites. So whatever the issue is, it's just that startup. It's not once it gets a lock, it locks as many or more drones than or more satellites as any other drone.
Have y'all seen Ken's little video on it this afternoon? He put out about 3:00.
Yeah, I did.
I haven't.
He talked about the Mavic 3 and the GPS and the type of chip.
I read that article as well, Mike. And
Yeah, he related it to Drone XL. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, who knows, really? I mean, I'm not an engineer, so I couldn't even comment on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Captain Ray, what's some of your experience with the Mavic 3 update?
Well, initially it was real quick. As soon as I got the call from Mark Fisher, we did it right after breakfast.
Right, we got that emergency phone call right in the middle of breakfast.
Yeah. And then I tried it again 2 days later, and it was 2 minutes 50 seconds. It locked the satellite, so I'm happy with that. For me, yep, it's good, and I love the drone. You guys know I love that drone, the Mavic 3.
It rocks, doesn't it? It really.
It's a funny story.
I gotta tell
the story. I got to tell the story with Ron, because I'm a conservative flyer. I don't like flying in windy days, I really don't. So Ron and I, we were going to fly, and TJ was coming too, and it was windy. The UAV forecast is not good to fly, and we were going to fly right at the beach, at the ocean.
Juno Pier.
The Juno Pier, and Ron showed up, and me and TJ already wimped out. We said, we're going to move the location. It's too windy here. Ron shows up. He says, it's not that bad. the Mavic 3 can handle this. And I said, Ron, you take yours up, and if you don't crash it, I'm going to send mine up. And Ron did. He got a great flight in. And then I did also. And so did TJ. Yeah, he flew.
Ron, he let you go first, though. You see how he is.
Well, I'd flown it the previous day or so in just as much wind. And I had no trouble at all. But for Captain Ray, he's called himself being a conservative flyer. But it was too windy that day for most drones.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have had the Mavic 3, I probably would have agreed with him.
Ron, you mentioned something though, and I now that you brought it up, Saturday morning, I was out there flying. They were building our dirt pad for our house, and of course I was shooting a guy on a dozer. But I had the Mini too, and I set it down, I had it on, and actually I walked to the mailbox and put something in the mailbox, which was right there, and then I come back, and I did notice it didn't lock on the satellites for a pretty good while, which is very unusual for that drone, but it did, and listen. I think this is just me. I don't have the Mavic 3. And, guys, just chill a little bit and hey, man, enjoy the flight. If it takes 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and I understand what Marcus said about, if you're trying to make money with the drone. But, hey, you don't want to take off before it locks on because it's not going to be a happy ending. So, just kind of chill out and either they'll fix it or maybe that's just what it's going to take. That's the bottom line.
I'm glad you said that, Johnny, and I'll throw the question out to the chat and everybody in the panel. This is an old saying. Are we making a mountain out of a molehill with the Mavic 3 satellite issue?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It is. Listen, it is the one flaw that you can find with that drone, and so people like to jump on it, and they like to, because DJI is kind of the king of the hill. So I do believe, I totally agree with you, Captain Ray. I think that is part of it. But I don't want to minimize the fact that it is a legitimate complaint. It isn't nothing, but it also isn't the end of the world either.
That's exactly, Marcus.
Yeah.
Right. I went and flew that same location with the cruise ship 2 days later, and it locked in a little faster. I got the shot, And
if anybody wants to trade a Mavic 3 to slow get a satellite, I will send you this.
You got that right.
What else? Maybe I don't know, a Dobo. I got an extra Dobo.
Or an Air 2 works pretty darn good too.
But guys, just enjoy what you got,
Hey, let's talk about that Mavic 3 a little bit, about the kind of video that you get off that thing. It is
incredible.
Phenomenal.
Incredible.
And the way the darn thing flies, it is so precise. So easy to fly. The obstacle avoidance is second to none. I told you about that canyon that I was flying in Nevada. I was getting right up against these cliff sides and going up these draws and things. that you would just never do with a drone without that kind of capability. And I did it with full confidence, knowing that I wasn't going to, you could do some of those sideways moves and stuff, knowing that you're not going to push the drone sideways into a cliff or a tree or something. So, it's a pretty darn good drone.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. I mean,
I have no regrets.
yeah, I've said it before. Once you get your satellite locked and you get that drone up, whatever, 50 feet in the air, it's the best drone I own. And it's not even close.
right.
Boom.
And the zoom, I love the zoom anyway. And that zoom on that Mavic 3 is amazing. It's amazing. It really is. I mean, you lose clarity when you go into 28 times, but you can go in 28 times, and that's cool. It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's where I will probably pick some nits is on that zoom, Captain Ray. I'll be honest with you. When you're on the main sensor, I think the zoom with the Air 2S is a little bit more crisp than it is with the Mavic 3. And I'm talking about just when you're on that micro four thirds sensor, not the top sensor on the Mavic 3. The Air 2S, like Art was just saying, the zoom on that thing it really is sharp.
It is. No, the Air 2S is an amazing drone. It really is.
Oh, hey, can I go into rumorville here? There's a report out that the Mavic 3S will be coming out later this year in the fall, and one of the rumors of the Mavic 3S are that the zoom camera will be a 1-inch sensor camera instead of a half-inch sensor camera now.
Hey, Mike, who's going to hit the button first, you or me?
Oh boy!
Hold on.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
And they're hoping that, and people are wishful there would be a trade-up program.
Yeah.
I thought the first Mavic Air, or first Mavic 3 was the Mavic 3S.
Well, the Mavic 3 has the main camera is a micro four thirds sensor, but
I got it.
But the zoom is only a half-inch. Oh, sorry, I didn't get the joke.
That's okay.
Hey, Ron, if DeMarco wants to come back in, you can put me out.
I can get out there as well.
I'm looking for DeMarco. DeMarco,
it's past Ray's bedtime, isn't it?
Well, DeMarco signed out, so DeMarco sign back in again, and we'll swap you out because Ray's had a long day. Ray has to get up early and yell at his boat mechanic tomorrow, right, Ray?
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens
Well,
tomorrow.
you better get that fixed before I get there.
All righty, Ray. Well, thanks for the update.
Good night, Captain.
On the meetup, and we all look forward to seeing you at the bowling alley on Friday night about 5:00. Right?
Yeah, yep. Definitely. See everybody.
Okay.
Everybody who's traveling, safe travels, and we'll see you Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Right. Another day of flying on Sunday for those that are interested. Yep.
And you can fly off the boat on Monday if you go.
Exactly. All right. So, good night, guys.
All right. Thanks, Ray.
Good night, Ray.
Bye-bye.
Take care, man. Yep.
All righty.
Hey, I like bowling so much. I've got pins in my legs.
Well, if you don't like bowling, they have plenty of pool tables there too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, the man's back in here.
Hey, DeMarco. Hey. Ron, I want to remind everybody that all tonight's super chats are going to Mel.
Oh, good. We have super chat?
100.
Super chat? Do we have super chat?
Not on DroneNation. We wish we
can't. We can't afford super chat over here.
Yeah. You gotta have 1,000 subs, and we're not.
Where are you guys at right now?
We're stuck at about 830, so we're going to subscriber drive now.
All right. Well, you need to get the Matt bump.
I promise you.
Or a Kelly bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I promise you I'll autograph your drone at the meetup.
There you go. or a Sunrise Water Media bump.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So, okay. Have we fleshed out the Mavic 3 story? Should we move on to another story? story number 2. We talked the last couple weeks. We've been talking hot and heavy about the DJI Mini 3. Everybody's talking Mini 3 rumors. Osita Les putting out his diagrams, and people have diagrams to show. But then this week comes around, I didn't see one Mini 3 rumor all week. So what's going on with the Mini 3, guys?
I have an answer. COVID in China.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
And I have a bigger theory. I think that the Mini 3 will have the same GPS system as the Mavic 3. So DJI is afraid to release a drone right now that's going to take 5-6 minutes to get satellites. I think they're kind of they're hoping that that firmware fix was the answer. Maybe they've already seen it's not quite the answer. So that's just my theory that they won't release this thing until the satellites come in, respectively. We'll say.
Ron,
I'm willing to
Ron,
bet.
but
Go ahead,
Ron, no, I'm sorry. I'll say this: if they are coming out in late April, they're built already. I mean, they're sitting at the factory someplace. They're all ready to go. Yeah.
Right. Well, there goes my theory.
That's right.
I mean, the only thing we can hope for, if they're here and they're built, that they got a firmware update to fix satellites for them when we get them. Like as soon as you open the box up and you can't fly until you do that firmware update. Let's hope that's the thing, because nobody wants a Mini 3 that takes 5-6 minutes to get satellites. Just my take.
No, I'm with you there. And
read Lauren's comment. A few up.
Hold on, I got lazy here.
Lauren,
where's how far do I have to go back? There it is. Oh, there it was.
Yeah,
It's scheduled for next Wednesday.
schedule links.
Yeah, at 7:00, right? That's on the.
That's for the Fly for Fun show. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
It's 7:01.
Yeah. So anyhow, so it was a slow week for the Mini 3, but we talked about this last Monday. We had they leaked it officially. Insta360 released a new camera, and it wasn't really a new camera. It was just an update to their 1R, which is that module system where it could be an action camera, a 360 camera, or even a one sensor camera. And the new version is called the RS. And it looks like it's just kind of a minor upgrade. The action camera seems to be much improved. It's a half-inch sensor now. And they can do stabilization in the camera now on the improved sensor. Marcus is showing his little. What's that Insta360
Hey,
called?
Art beat me to it. Art had his up first.
Okay, what's that product called, Art?
It's the Insta360
Go to.
Go to.
Yep.
It looks like a jelly bean.
So let me tell you what this thing is handy for. I used it yesterday. I with that little sticky thing, Art, that comes with it.
Yep.
Put it on the windshield of my Corvette, and I record every one of my runs with this little camera.
Oh wow!
Wow. And did you run this weekend, Marcus?
You want me to show you a race yesterday? From yesterday?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, hang on. Give me just a second. Let me
and it'll be via an Insta360 camera, right?
And it'll be via the Insta360.
There it is. It's on target. So anyhow, while Marcus is queuing that up, let me just say the Insta360, I believe, is $529. I believe it's already available for order. And what it does for you is if you have a 360 camera, you got an action camera. Instead of having two different things, you can combine them all in one with this Insta360 R2, and I guess save money because even $529 is cheaper than having a Hero 10 and a 360 camera separate. So, Marcus, how you need me to share here?
Yeah, hit that share.
I think I see it. Oops. Oh no! I gotta add it.
That was quick.
There we go.
So I'll kind of narrate here. That's the guy next to me doing his burnout. That's a real digger right there. That's a real race car. There I am in my Corvette. So let me explain what I'm doing here. So I'm pulling up into the staging lanes here, and what you're going to see is that guy next to me, he's going to light the first light on the top of that Christmas tree. And as soon as he does that, I'm going to move across the beam with my front wheels. I'm going to light the first light. and then he's going to light the second light. That means he's fully staged. And I'll pull in and I'll light my second light, and then the Christmas tree starts. You'll hear me hit the throttle, and the Christmas tree will go down, and you're going to go.
Oh, get it, Bert. Get it, Bert.
I don't see the other guy anymore.
Yeah, I left it. Woo! So anyway.
What'd you run?
Let's see. That was not a very good run, actually. I ran about an 11.9 at 119 miles an hour. You can stop it, Ron.
Okay, I'm going to remove it right now.
Yeah.
Now, Michael and Johnny, is that the way you'll be driving to the Florida Drone Meetup on Thursday?
Only through Mississippi.
You don't want to stop in Mississippi.
But seriously, that was with
we'd get there fast.
with this little camera here on the windshield, and then you use this as a remote control. So as I was staged, I just hit the button on this guy to tell it to start recording, and boom, there you go. And
Come on, is that the first version of that one?
it is the second version. It's
okay, I
the
got
go-to. And let me tell you what that does for you as a racer. So I'm able to see how I lined up and make sure that I was in the groove. And that's those dark strips of rubber that are already on the track so that you get the best traction. It's just a good way to review your runs. Anyway, enough of that. This is a drone show.
No, thank you for that, Marcus. Okay, so that's about it on the Insta360 here. If you have any more questions about the Insta360, we'll be glad to answer them on the DroneNation thing. Okay, we talked about the South Florida Drone Meetup, which is number 4. Number 5. Okay, we touched on this a little bit last week on the show. The DJI Enterprise drone, the M30, and since that show, DJI's had an official kind of a video thing, and people have reviewed it. Potato Jet was among many who had it on his channel. Did any of you guys get a chance to watch any of the review videos, and what's your impressions of it after seeing the video? Nobody saw it?
You know what, Ron? I'll tell you, I just didn't see that it brought that much more to the table. Than there was a little bit bigger battery, right? And well, I'm trying to remember what else. Oh, you don't have to use the software, run it through the software anymore, which that's kind of a big deal. But let me ask you this, Ron, because I know you and I both are GoPro fans. What does it do for me that my GoPro already doesn't?
It has a bit, we're sorry if we jump back to the RS story. It has a bigger image sensor than our Hero 10 does.
Yeah.
So it has the same half-inch sensor that the Air 2 has. So there's that. And, like the fact that the image can be done with it in camera with the stronger processor. And in the reviews I've seen, nobody said that it's looked any better than the video coming out of the Hero 10. And, I think I've seen a couple people say the 360 camera may be a little bit better than the Insta360 One X2, but just slightly better. So it's an incremental upgrade. And the only reason for you to get that, Marcus, is okay, say you didn't own any cameras at all, and you were looking at a Hero 10 that was going to cost you $350, $400. You were looking at a 360 camera is going to cost you the same price or whatever. Then you're in the $750, $800 category, where for like $529 you get both, and both of them are pretty good in this module system. So if you had nothing at all, you could save a lot of money buying this system than buying 2 separate cameras.
Yeah, that's a great point. Sorry to sidetrack you there, Ron. No,
that's a great question. I should have brought that up myself. But for you and I, who already own like a Hero 10, and you have your other Insta360 camera, for you to trade in and get this or whatever, you're doing a lot of swapping around. You're probably losing a little money, and I don't know if you'll be any better off at the end, outside that you have 2 different cameras you have to take with you.
Yeah.
So, okay. Any more questions on the Insta360?
No, but I want
No?
one.
Okay. Okay. Well, but anyhow, how about the M30? What did you guys think of all the DJI Enterprise drone, the M30? We talked about it a little bit last week, but now we've seen the videos. Did anybody get
Great
to see
drone. I want
Potato
one.
Jet's video? Whose video did you watch, Johnny? I mean, Michael.
Yeah.
Whose was that? I can't remember which one I saw.
Potato
51.
Jet, 51
51
drone.
drones. 51 drones.
Russ.
For me, that's a drone that's so far over my head that it just doesn't even. It's like, okay, gosh, maybe we'd all like to have a Rolls Royce too or something, but I really don't.
Wanting it and getting it are two different things.
Yeah.
Well, it's a whole different purpose, than what I would fly. But yeah, the Russell's video was pretty cool. Yeah.
Mr. Bojack says 12K for pre-order.
At least.
Yeah, Lon says around 15,000.
Lon says the kit to buy is the 14,700.
Camera on it too.
Apparently, it's 4 cameras on one head. Is that correct? It has of course, a zoom, and the zoom is incredible. It has what's the camera called? The heat senses.
LiDAR.
Flare. Yeah,
flare, whatever. That's 2. What's the other? Again, it has 4 cameras on it.
Infrared, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So, I forget what the other 2 cameras are, but remember, this is enterprise drone. It's not intended for guys like us.
Yeah, it's not a consumer. Yeah, Lon just said it right
there.
Well,
and also the thing, like when I saw our local police come out with their Matrice 300, right? They had to have an SUV to carry this big giant suitcase, and I mean it was a big old suitcase, and they unloaded it and put it together. Well, I think what this brings to the table for police departments, fire departments, search and rescue, etc., it's just what they did for us with the original Mavic. It's a compact product. They can put it in the trunk of just a regular cruiser and unfold it and have as good or better capabilities. Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Is it as good as the Matrice 300? I think it, or better probably, huh?
I mean, the one of the main selling points of it is, Marcus, you've seen the big M300. That the M30. I mean, it's still a big drone, but it folds up, so it's a lot more compact than the model that they replaced. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen Potato. It's still a hunkin' big drone, but it's less of a hunkin' big drone than it used to be.
Yep.
So, Mr. Bojack said it'll pay for itself in 2 jobs.
Yeah, and he said he's got one pre-ordered, and I bet you he'll use that because Mr. Bojack does a lot of commercial work with his drones. So yeah,
good. Let's see here. What's Lon saying here?
Should be fun to have.
He said no, it's not better than the M300.
Well, Lauren says the M300 still has an edge. Yeah.
Okay. I guess the compactness of it is the big edge for the M30. That it can fold up. So
hey, and thank you, Chris, for posting that.
Yeah,
link.
Thanks, Chris Waters. Yeah. Good. So okay, well, let's see. Since we don't have a lot of interest in the M30, okay, we talked about Mike at the conference. We talked about Michael and Johnny's travel plans. Art discussed his travel plans, Captain Ray. So we kind of hit all the bullet points tonight.
We got one thing we need to do, Ron.
Go ahead. Take over. The slate is clean.
This is important. This is really important. The South Florida Drone Meetup. What I want to know from this whole panel, let's go clockwise. I'll start. What drone are you bringing? For me, I mean, I was thinking of bringing a couple drones, but I don't think so. I'm just going to bring one. I'm going to bring the Mavic 3. Johnny.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
The big boy.
Yeah.
You leaving the SE at home?
The Johnny SE. Oh, if you need me to bring it, Johnny, I'll bring it. But
no, I'm bringing Michael. If Michael permits me to bring, I'm bringing the Air 2S, the Mini 2, and the Nano.
Oh,
Good. I want to see the Nano.
Yeah,
I've never
but,
seen
the
I mean,
Yeah.
a bunch, I don't
I've
say a
never
bunch
seen
of
a
people,
Nano.
but
Good.
yeah, some people have reached out. So yeah, hey, you know what? Hey guys,
Yeah, that'd be
anybody wants to
funny.
fly it, you're welcome to fly it. So I'm bringing the little mini. But yeah, those
But,
3 drones, and of course,
Mhm.
got all kind of stuff to bring. I know Mike's. I got boxes back here. I got stuff over here. But yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Go back, bro.
Well, I'm
Mike,
going
what
to
you
be
bringing?
bringing my Air 2 and a whole bunch of cameras, my Osmo Pocket, and several GoPros, and I'll be set to get videos from all angles. And while I'm fishing, I'll have my little chest mount, so I'll be set to go when I'm fishing.
Nice.
Great.
And now I'm bringing my Mavic 3, my Mini 2. I take that anywhere I go, just leave in the car. It's easy to take out.
Right.
And my DJI FPV.
Oh, the
Good.
FPV drone. Oh, good, good.
Send it.
I was bringing some FPV, but since I can't even fly enough to drop the controller, so I'm leaving all my FPV stuff home.
Hey, Marcus, if you can slip another drone in there, maybe you should slip that Nano in there, since a lot of people want to see the Nano for the first time. You and Johnny and the Key Largo dude's bringing his Nano.
We could have a nano battle.
Hey, I
In
want
a nanosecond, yeah.
In
I
a
want to
nanosecond.
I want to acknowledge Bill Renee's in the chat here, Uncle Bill's Toys. I want to thank him so much for setting up the event for us at the bowling alley on Friday night. Thank you so much, Bill, and for organizing the fishing boat expedition on Monday. That 3 people in the panel here are going to go out and cast their lines out.
And I guess we don't. DeMarco's not going, so we don't need to know what he's bringing.
No.
And Ron, we already know what you have.
Yeah. Well, hey, DeMarco, if you were going to come, which drones would you bring?
I would bring the M30. That would be so fun. No,
Then he woke up.
DeMarco, would that be carry-on or cargo hold?
Listen, like when I take the private jet, they just let me bring on whatever I want. No, I would bring what I have is the Air 2S. And let me give you some news that might be out there too. I actually opened it up and I uploaded the firmware for the RC Pro. And there was some worry about that RC Pro working with the Mavic 3 since it came with the bundle with the Air 2S. And when I downloaded the new firmware, the Mavic 3 option actually popped up in it. So it works.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Hey, I see Scott News out there. I want to thank Scott Nadeau. The story I had up about no news on the Mini 2. Scott Nadeau is the one that posted on DroneNation. He posted, where's all the leaks for the Mini 3 this week? So that story was inspired by Scott Nadeau's post in DroneNation. So yeah, and like Mark said, I already have the Mavic 3 and the Mini 2 down here. I kept the Air 2S at home because I figured, I had a kind of a high-end drone, the Mavic 3, and then I thought, well, I'm going to bring a more casual drone along. That the Air 2S and the Mavic 3 are kind of in the same kind of category for me, where the Mini 2 is more of a discreet drone, more of a fun drone. So that was my thinking. Whether that was right or not, I don't know. Oh, Barry Marquis brings up an interesting story. I saw a lot of people post this. Bill Thomas posts this too, that Best Buy has changed their loyalty program and they got rid of the Elite Plus and the Elite category, and they just pushed everybody into like the normal, Best Buy reward program. So I know a lot of people in the community get their drones from Best Buy, and they count on that Elite program because you can gain points, coupons and stuff like that. Marcus, you have any thoughts on this?
Well, I was just going to say that's a great point. And those points are nothing to sneeze at, because they do add up after a while. But let me tell you, the main reason that I buy from Best Buy, and it probably wouldn't change for me, and I'd like to hear Mike's opinion too, because of the immediacy of being able to get whatever that product is, not having to wait for it to get shipped from China or whatever. That's ultimately probably be my ultimate reason for buying at Best Buy. And I know
exactly.
Mike,
I agree with you. That's exactly why I buy it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot one thing I'm bringing. The Anchor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, your new Anchor.
Oh,
Mike's got one too.
I've got one too. I'm bringing one too. Yeah.
I got about 3 of them. They send them to me.
Yeah. Giant Drone Fly is sponsored by Anchor Battery Company. That's our plug tonight.
Hey, I tell you what they did. I do. I ordered this on Amazon. It was $249. And I was showing DeMarco, either texting DeMarco, and when I pulled it up and sent him a link, it was $195.
Yeah.
So of course I called Amazon. Ron, you busted my bubble when I bought the Air 2S. I mean, the Air 2
yeah.
about 3 hours later, the Air 2S came. But anyway, I called Amazon. Of course, they said, hey, we try to keep the best prices always. Of course, bottom line, they said they couldn't do anything. But I emailed Anchor, and I tell you what, within 30 minutes, I had a $55 refund in my, on my credit card. So they took care of me.
Good.
Good to hear that.
Good. Hey, Johnny, with that unit, how many batteries? I mean, how many? What milliamps is it, or?
Let me see. I got everything right here.
Johnny's got all the info. Links down below, folks. Johnny gets all the money.
Yeah, it's 256 watts, and I don't know what's it. It's got the USB-C and the 2 USB-A's.
They're handy.
And the 2. Yeah, it really does. I made it my little charging station. Just keep it right here on the table, and I tell you what, it's a lot easier than just fumbling with cords and all that. And it works really, really good.
The drawback is you can't take it on a plane.
Oh yeah,
it's over 100 amps.
And that's why I can't bring one.
Well, Marcus, for a slight minimal fee, you can plug into it.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny.
It's really,
Johnny,
you
remember the little goatee you used to have?
For a small fee, Marcus. Small.
Oh, you mean the Mark Fisher thing? Where he can't bend his finger.
Hey, I want to interrupt Lon saying too that Best Buy's changed their 365-day return policy also with this.
Oh
wow!
So bad day for Best Buy here. Best Buy customers, good day for the company, I guess.
And you guys ruined it.
Yeah. I mean, I purchased drones from Best Buy. I purchased from Amazon. I purchased directly from DJI. So I don't have a go-to. My only go-to is a place where I can return a drone without having to pay hundreds of dollars and send it back to China. That's my policy.
Let me tell you what. What I would say to anybody is. You never want to say never, but I'm going to think twice about ordering drones direct from China, because ultimately that first Nano that I have that I tried to return and I did the PayPal thing. Well, I shipped it via DHL. They sent it back to me because they said they couldn't ship the lithium batteries. PayPal canceled. They denied my claim on that because I didn't give them a good tracking number, even though I explained the whole thing. So all I'm saying is those are pitfalls that you're going to run into if you order a drone from China like that. If you have to return it, it's expensive, number one. Number two, are you going to get your money back? It's a big question mark. So those are good arguments for buying from Best Buy, Amazon, Adorama, B&H. Just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
No, Marcus, I was saying, that was the main reason why I stopped buying from Banggood and all those places. Though
there are certain things, if it's a product that you can't get anywhere else or whatever, or that you're willing to take that risk, maybe. But you need to go into it understanding that, hey, when it comes to you. If there's a problem with it, you're probably just stuck with it.
I thought of something saw this comments earlier about the Mavic 3. Getting back to the Mavic 3 for a minute. At the event next weekend, we should bring in like a long table, and all of us that have Mavic 3s should line them up on the table, and we should have like a speed race to see who can get a home point lock. And we'll even have, like Marcus had in his race, we'll have a light or something, or maybe a girl with a flag, whatever. Start your Mavics or whatever, and then we'll time it or whatever, and the top 3 people can get on a podium or whatever, who get their home point first.
Yeah.
I like to see that.
As long as it's not Johnny in a Speedo with a flag, I'm fine with it.
I'm gonna work the Christmas tree. Yeah.
Well, now Marcus, Johnny's lost a lot of weight, so don't be, Johnny may look better than you think he does.
No, I'm not wearing the Speedo.
You're starting to worry me, Ron.
In Hamilton now, Johnny has to hide from the ladies when he's walking around.
Ron, isn't Florida the state for lovers? That's
Virginia. Virginia's for lovers.
Oh,
Johnny.
okay, I got
it. That's where Brad, Al Duran, and Rodney Bell are all. They're the lovers coming down to Florida. And I heard Al Duran will be arriving on Wednesday. He's staying down and sitting around at the Marriott Vacation Resort. Very high end, very, very high end down there. So,
now the drone meetup, it's been a year since, of course, we met Ron and of course, Michael, you came last, and Art. Right. But man, it's the flying. I know we all love the drones and all that stuff, but man, just meeting everybody and hanging out is going to be the fun part.
That's what it's all about. It really is.
But Marcus, we're not gonna have nobody to get us pizza, at the hotel.
Yeah, DeMarco was our pizza guy. Yeah.
But hey, you're the breakfast guy, Marcus.
Yeah.
Somebody said you buy breakfast for everybody.
Hey, listen.
Who was that?
Just go down to that main little breakfast area when you get the Inn and just say, yeah, Marcus.
And put it on Marcus.
Hey, there's no Flemings. There's no Flemings in Jensen Beach.
I'll tell you what, that Flemings was good. Let me tell you, when my brother orders, you should have seen that dinner bill. Holy.
Oh boy.
Holy, yeah.
Yeah, Flemings is we got one. I'll tell you what, it's
good steak, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Bring your wallet though.
Hey, Lauren has a message for you, Marcus. He says, Marcus, how about a cannonball run to Florida with the vet?
Let's do it, Lauren. Fly down to Idaho here and let's get in that thing and go.
Have we talked? Can we convince Lauren to coming down to the meetup yet? He can still catch a red eye out of Calgary and get down there.
And April 1st, you don't even have to test anymore, right? To go into Canada, you don't. So I think you're good.
Yeah.
Lauren wanted to make a big trip out of it though. Drive down and do a bunch. Stay down here a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if the weather's warm in Calgary yet or not. I mean, I know it's spring. Right. Guess what? They're getting on you, Johnny, about your swim attire here.
Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ray. So I'm really anxious to see the Nano because I haven't seen a Nano yet. So I really want to see a Nano. And I saw
bring it then, Ron.
I saw the Key West dude. He said he's gonna let somebody fly his Nano. So I'll check out Johnny's and again, Michael, have you seen a Nano yet?
I haven't seen one. I'm looking forward to seeing Johnny's.
Art, have you seen a Nano?
Nope.
Yeah, so this will be kind of and I know Hot Rod has a Nano now. So this will kind of be a first for a lot of people. Now, I mean, I've flown Altel. I have the Evo 2 Pro, but I've never seen the Nano or the Light. So I hope somebody shows up with a Light.
I don't know if I'm not sure who has the Light. I know Matt Bagwell, but Matt's not coming. I'm not really sure if anybody's coming that has the Light Plus.
Hey, we need to answer Mr. Bojack. He's he wants to know where. So it's at Jensen Beach, Florida. And I don't know, maybe Ray Kelly, you could put the link in the chat to the.
The best way is if you're on Facebook. If he's not on Facebook, this won't help him. But Florida Drone Meetup is where all the information is.
Yeah.
If you're not on Facebook, maybe Ray could send him the information,
South
email
Florida
or
drone
something.
meetup. Right.
So
South Florida.
sorry, Michael. So thanks for the help.
South Florida drone meetup.
They are for Ray's forever indebted to DeMarco for that pizza. That pizza went down good, DeMarco. I gotta admit. Was that as good? Was that as good as Chicago pizza?
No.
I met a guy today, DeMarco. He was from Chicago, and he said the best thing in Chicago is the pizza. He said you can get good pizza all over.
Yeah, but listen, for people who aren't from there, you have to get the thin crust pizza because Chicago is known for their thick crust. But
I'm not a fan of that deep
people
dish.
who live there, or are from
It'll
there,
cost you a lot of.
order the thin crust and it's cut in squares. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Chicago is known for their hot dogs. Their
Oh yeah.
Nathan hot dogs or whatever they call them.
Got me a couple of hot dogs in my lifetime though. Yeah.
Hey, so Lon Denner's bringing up a good point. If you're going to get a steak, Fleming's is good, but Ruth's Chris is the one.
Right.
That's the best steak?
Oh, yeah.
Ruth's Chris are good.
Mm-hmm.
Rob's coming, and he may bring his Altel and Mavic 3. I wonder which Altel.
I think he had the Evo too, huh?
Oh, and here Uncle Bill's saying it's a Jensen Beach Causeway Park for the exact location. So thank you.
So is there a Buc-ee's nearby? I need to stop at a Buc-ee.
You need to fill up. Well, again, here's a funny story. I Ray posted a thing about Buc-ee's. I stopped at a Buc-ee's on the way down. I think it was either in South Carolina, Georgia, and we pulled up all Ray to go to the Buc-ee experience. And guess what? It was closed. It hadn't opened yet. It probably was a week away. Everything looked finished, but it wasn't open yet.
Yeah, those places are amazing. And of course, Mike, they built one right there at Orange Beach. And I'll tell you what, they had to have a state trooper out there on the interstate letting people in.
They do that especially when the new.
We're getting one here in Colorado pretty soon.
It's like that year round right there. It's just unbelievable.
Yep. So Colorado's getting one. I think it'll be up in Longmont, somewhere up north of Denver.
Yeah, they're not all the same size. Some of them are super sized and some are much smaller.
Right.
Like a neighborhood Walmart type even size.
Yeah.
I want to get one of their hats with a little Buc-ee on it. Yeah.
Lauren's got to go. Lauren's got to go. Good night, Lauren.
Good night, Lauren.
And Ray said Duffy's has delicious steaks.
Yep.
Lauren gave us a good hint for next week though. He said Wednesday. More leaks.
May 3 rumors.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh, look, Key Largo dude said the GPS locking Olympics. So, hey, back to the Mavic 3 story for just a second. Okay, since the results are all over the place, do you think we'll see another firmware update in the near future that addresses the GPS issue again? Or do you think this is it? DJI is done?
No clue.
I mean, just a guess, just speculation, of course. Mike, you think we got another firmware coming up soon? That maybe
something coming up.
Some kind of leak.
Well, Lauren says there's some kind of a leak coming up Wednesday. We'll see what that is.
That could be it, on the GPS. I mean, the bottom line is, Mike, would you agree? It's better, but it's not.
Oh, it's better.
It's better, but it's not. It's not on the level of the Mini 2 or the Air 2S, right?
Exactly. Like I said, the longest stop I've had to take is 3.5 minutes, and it wasn't that way before that. It was 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes.
And I put a video out where I put 2 videos out. One where Ray got it in 20 seconds, but that wasn't a cold start. We had flown a couple hours previously, but I did a video where it took me 4 minutes and 23 seconds to get it near the beach at a park. And then I don't have this video out yet, but then yesterday I got in 1 minute 40. So I had over 3 minute swing at only a couple miles difference in location, and both locations were near the beach. So,
and I can't imagine a couple miles makes any difference in a GPS satellite, though.
yeah.
You know?
Marcus, do you have something?
No, I just was agreeing with Mike. I mean,
yeah.
Sunspots maybe might be different or something, but
Yeah.
Not 5 miles or 3 miles. I mean,
Yeah.
So, all right, folks. Well, we've gone through all the topics and we covered a lot of ground tonight. But before we go, if anybody in the panel that we didn't get to some story that maybe you have some interest in talking about it, or you had a wrap up on a story we did talk about already, please speak up. Art, you have anything that we didn't cover tonight?
Not that I could think of.
So, and Art, are you good? Will you be trying to do your show live from Florida and on Saturday? Or
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think for DroneNation, I think Marcus and I both are going to be busy. I think next week there won't be a live DroneNation. We may try to film some sort of behind the scenes, like DroneNation there, that maybe we'll just post a recorded show, but I don't believe there'll be a live show next Monday night, probably a pre-recorded segment of some sort. And that doesn't mean Marcus and I won't pop up with a spontaneous live thing at some point during the event, but there probably won't be a live show next Monday night. Johnny, will this affect your show schedule all being away, or
no? I'll be back. Of course, we'll be here this Wednesday, and we're doing a same little thing, kind of a little pre-party, South Florida drone meetup, and then next Wednesday, of course, we'll kind of do the same thing, post and show some, videos and pictures and all of that, and I may even try to do a drones and coffee Sunday morning. It just depends, maybe down in the lobby.
Okay. Like maybe right before that drone thing at the park, or
I might do it early, and because I don't know who's going to actually be doing the sun. Well, Chris still be doing the sunrise. Dennis won't because he'll be there. But and we don't want to. So we'll just see how it goes. Maybe do something live from the lobby while Marcus is buying breakfast. We'll let.
Now I was want to ask Johnny, is the coffee free on your show?
Is it what?
No.
Is the coffee free on your show?
No. You gotta bring your own. You gotta bring your own coffee.
You gotta send your money. You gotta send your money to Johnny, and then you get your coffee.
Yeah, I take deposits, and what I do is hold it, to like, kind of like Hubson and stuff. It's like a Hubson cup of coffee.
And Phoebe,
I can pre-order my coffee.
You get a mini cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Like a little,
we may do something, and I'm like, y'all,
espresso.
we don't really know. I'm sure we'll go live a couple times from the event, whoever, So
I'll be watching.
I got one thing before we go down, before we shut down, Ron. I want to talk to all of our people in the chat. Listen, we really love vigorous discussions in the chat on this show. And you know what? We can disagree. That's not a problem. And those kind of vigorous discussions where we're, you got your opinion, I got my opinion. That's awesome. That's what that chat is for. But what we want to do is keep it civil and don't get your feelings hurt. And just everybody just try and keep that civil tone, and we're all good. And again, it's okay to disagree. A good, vigorous chat is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you disagree with when anybody says anything, you have the right to disagree. But I'm blocking, I don't know, bad language and things like that. That's appropriate. But if somebody says something that I don't know, people disagree with, as long as
they don't
they're
like
not
the Mavic 3, that's their opinion.
As long as they're not
as
long as they're not offensive in their comment. And we do know the Mavic 3 is a drone people love to hate. The Mavic 3 has been what was hate because of the price. People didn't like the price, so that drone has got a lot of tough love or a lot of hate. Since
they shouldn't have bought it if they didn't like the price.
Nobody forces anyone to buy a drone.
Right.
Well, it's any subject in the chat. I mean, that's what that chat is for, is to exchange ideas. And just we all need to have a little bit of a thick skin. But as Ron says, if you insult somebody personally, or if you use vulgar language or something, that's another story.
Mm-hmm.
But just to have a really vigorous discussion, that's a good thing. We like that.
Absolutely.
Right. Right. If somebody says, "Hey, you're all wrong about that Mavic 3," that's a that's a legitimate comment or whatever,
Right.
And Barry Markowitz mentioned back here that our friend over in Hawaii, 808 State, has some free stickers, and I believe he may have sent them for the meetup next week. So if you haven't seen this guy, he's got a great channel. He mostly does all tel drones. He has some DJI drones. He returned the Mavic 3. Actually, he sold the Mavic 3 and got the Light Plus instead from Alltel. So I mean, 808 says he's kind of the man with the Alltel drones. He really knows his Alltel. So he's a great guy, and commend him for setting the the stickers out. So. Alrighty, guys. Well, I want to thank everybody for the panel tonight, and I want to thank Ray for popping in and providing us some last minute updates and information. And I know we're all excited about the next weekend here. So, but I know Johnny's got a show Wednesday. Who's on Wednesday night, Johnny?
We just have. We're gonna have a bunch of the Canada committee, and I think I sent talk to you, and of course Marcus will probably pop on, and DeMarco.
Yeah.
Well, whoever wants to come on, we're gonna have just a little pre-party. There's nothing.
Open house.
Michael Wright's gonna pop on. Of course, he'll be leaving. He can't stay long, I'm sure, because Mike's gonna get up early.
Right about that.
Mike's got to get his beauty sleep for that long ride.
Yeah, he's gonna have a hell of a day.
It's gonna be a day.
Thursday.
He'll pop out of the car at the Jupiter, ready to go by the pool and take a couple hours nap.
Hey, every hour we knock off Thursday, it'll be less we got to drive Friday. That's how we're kind of looking at it.
Exactly.
So it works.
And I forgot, Art, are you staying at the Hampton?
No, I will be at the. I'm like right nearby there at the. Not the Comfort Suites, but God, what is it called?
Yeah, you know what? It may be where Bill, the drone reviewer, stayed. He won't be at the Hampton either. Bill may be at your hotel.
Yeah, because I have AMAC.
You have what?
AMAC. Yeah.
Okay,
Americans mature. Yeah. It's a conservative version of it.
Got it.
Okay.
So, all right, folks. Again, thanks everybody on the panel who joined us, especially the guest stars tonight. I want to thank everybody out in the chat tonight. Another great conversation. I just see Stevie Bronx down there, Catcher Lake Connection. He's going to be at the event, so looking forward to seeing Stevie there. So, So again, thanks for all the big contribution out there in the chat, and we won't see you next week on the show, but we'll see you, on some kind of videos we're making at the event, and 2 weeks from tonight we'll be back with our regular agenda. So good night, everybody, and everybody's traveling to the meetup. Travel safely and whatever, and for everybody else out there, fly safely.
Good night,
everybody.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.